Good morning, friends. It's time to bring some truth to some of those health stories you might be seeing online. Today, we've got the twin doctors. They're back. Dr. I and Dr. J are here this morning to pick apart some of those medical myths. I'm very excited about this, so we're going to get right to it. So we're going to bring Dr. J in on Zoom. True or false? Babies exposed to peanut butter early in life have a decreased risk of developing a peanut allergy later in life. And I think the answer to this is that yes, that is possible, but that I think the research has changed. Is that right?
That is true. That is true. So babies that are exposed to peanut butter are less likely to be allergic to peanuts later in life. And it basically comes down to this thing called the hygiene hypothesis. So for the longest time, we thought the more we avoided dust and pollen and peanuts, the less likely we were to be allergic to them later in life. It's totally the opposite. Basically, when we're exposed to these things early in life, our immune system says, oh, these are normal everyday parts of our life, nothing to worry about. When we avoid exposure, when we get exposed to them later in life, our immune system say, what is this invader? It's trying to hurt us. And so it mounts an immune response. And so basically research has shown that if you expose babies to a small amount of smooth, not chunky, smooth peanut butter around 4 months of age, their bodies get primed to those peanut proteins and they don't develop protein allergies later or peanut protein allergies later in life. So it's absolutely true. A little bit of peanut butter, good to go.
Well, Marky, our main host on this show, who's always here, she's got a 2-week-old at home, so she'll be thinking about this in a few months, I guess. What about like eggs, too? Is it the same for eggs and other common allergens?
All allergens.
Same for all potential allergens.
Yeah. Okay, great. Here we go. Well, true or false? If you are over the age of 40, taking a daily fish oil supplement is recommended. Now, I have heard that yes, you should, but I think the research may have changed on this
The
too.
research, you're on it. The research did change. So yes, we used to say if you're over 40, take fish oil, right? That increases your good cholesterol, the HDL, lowers that bad cholesterol, the LDL, so it reduces the risk of heart disease and heart attack and stroke and things like that. What they've actually found is that if you are healthy, you don't want to take fish oil because that can increase the risk of AFib, an irregular heart rhythm, increasing your risk of stroke. So if you have heart disease, they say take the fish oil. If you do not have heart disease, do not take fish oil. Just get natural omega-3s like in fish and legumes and things like that.
Okay, so it's still good for us to eat our salmon.
Oh, absolutely.
You just don't need an extra supplement.
Just don't eat the fish oil supplements.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, good deal. Easy. I don't like those anyway. They're massive pills and they get stuck in your throat.
And the burps.
Yeah. True or false? Having persistent nightmares can indicate that you are at a risk for developing chronic disease. I hope that's not. That has to be false. That has to be false.
That's actually true.
No.
So this is, but it's not just all chronic diseases. It's chronic diseases where inflammation is involved. So rheumatoid arthritis, lupus, things like this. Basically, when you have these diseases, you have general chronic inflammation body-wide, and you have a buildup of these inflammation proteins all over the body, including in the brain. So they cause brain dysfunction in general, but in particular, they can affect sleep and REM sleep, and that's when we dream. And so research has shown that people who have these chronic diseases, especially if these diseases are flaring or about to appear, they are 6 to 7 times more likely to have very vivid, very scary nightmares. And so while it sounds a little bit strange, if you find that you're having persistent nightmares, it's something to talk to your doctor about because it could indicate that there's chronic inflammation and chronic inflammatory diseases like lupus and rheumatoid arthritis.
Yep.
Yeah, not to mention how it feels when you wake up. You feel so awful.
It's kind of
So
scary,
true or false? Twinkies are equally as addictive to humans as nicotine or other drugs. I'm going to go with true. Absolutely. We are so addicted to sugar, aren't we?
This one is actually true. Sorry, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was going to say that's true. So the thing is, there is a part of our brain called the limbic system that plays a role in addiction. And so when we smoke or when we eat Twinkies, our limbic system is activated and it makes us feel happy and satisfied. That happens with Twinkies, that happens with nicotine. However, with Twinkies, because Twinkies are supercharged with all of these artificial additives, and they're so sweet, when we eat them, our brain thinks it's about to get a ton of calories. When it doesn't get those calories, our brain feels cheated, so it says more Twinkies, more Twinkies, more Twinkies. So 2 parts of your brain, the limbic system and the part of your brain associated with appetite, are being stimulated and telling you to eat Twinkies, whereas only one part of your brain makes you want to smoke. So they're equally and maybe even more addictive than smoking.
For me, it's pizza, but Twinkies for other people.
Yeah,
Okay.
or Pringles. Once you pop, you can't stop,
Exactly.
right? It all comes down to science. All right, guys, thank you so much, Dr. I and Dr. J. Appreciate it. And to have your medical or health question answered, all of you at home, you can find Dr. I and Dr. J on social media at the Twin Doctors _. Thanks. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks for having us.